What up? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another edition of Legacy. I'm on the computer, so I appreciate you guys for being here this morning. Let's see, now a little bit. All right, boom. Thank you guys. Welcome to the Brothers of Legacy. Make sure you share. Sharing is caring. Let everyone know that we are in our building today. Today we're talking about who is influencing us, meaning them, everybody. Who's in your ear the most to that's influencing your opinions, that's influencing your thought process. Because someone's in your ear. It may be multiple, it may be singular, it may be someone in particular, but someone is in your ear on a constant basis, and it's not like they're sneaking into your ear. We are turning on the TV, we are listening on the radio, podcasts, YouTube, where we trust a particular source. So we're going to dig into that today. So listen, I appreciate you guys for being here, being a part of all that we do. It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a good broadcast. I hate saying show, like it's just entertainment only. This is edutainment. Education and some entertainment mixed together. All right. So what I need you to do right now is share. Let everybody know that the brothers are on. Make sure you are tagging other people, and we're gonna have an amazing broadcast. Time to start having these tough conversations, about what's really going down. All right, so we'll be right back. Un momento, por favor. Let's see who's that. Good morning, Mama McCoy. Good morning, great morning to you. Thank you for being here. Let's do this. Splickety splow. And all right, let's do that. Bam. And we'll be right back. Oh, yeah. I'm getting into this quick.
You're watching the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out. We stand up.
Oh, what is going on, my brother?
All is well.
You weren't lying about quick, was you?
Not at all.
How you feel this morning, my brother?
I'm awesome. Amazing. Outstanding.
Glad to hear it, man. Glad to hear it, huh? I'm all right. Man. I like to give a little something every time.
It's all good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. It's a warm up.
Just not on the topic.
Okay.
But peep the scenario, and if we can get the BOL listeners to chime in sometime during the program.
All right.
Daughter is married. Been married for a minute. They got 5 kids.
Okay.
The father-in-law of my daughter is having some financial issues, and his son keep paying all the bills when my daughter is at home with the 5 kids, and my daughter is upset, and she put her husband out because he paying his daddy bills, and I'm trying to tell her that's not the way to go about it. So that's the foundation of it. I told her she needed to talk to the father-in-law and her husband at the same time and express her feelings and let her know what it was going on, so everybody could be on the same page, so she wouldn't be hearing hearsay.
Right.
He hadn't done that yet. But if any of your VOL listeners have any advice or suggestions, please chime
in. So what I'll say, hey, good morning. I think I said Mama McCory. I'll say it again. Of course, she's so amazing.
Good morning, Mama McCory.
Lisa in the building. Thank you for sharing.
Blessings, Lisa.
That is.
But I know that wasn't the topic. Just thought I.
No, it's not. We can dig into that a little bit because I can relate in some ways. I think the key is at this point. So she knows that he's been paying, or she didn't know. She just kind of found out, where money was going, or she already knew, and it's just been an ongoing fight. Right. right, Lisa. It's all good though. Listen, I would listen. I just a quick pause. I listen to Strawberry Letter because now it flows into my schedule with the kids and stuff, and we listen to it. I would absolutely love to do Strawberry Letters. Like, I don't know, BOL letters. Oh man, if we can start doing that, guys, that would be a beautiful thing. I would love, then have us foolish folks jump in and give you some opinions. Oh yeah, that'll be at least a half hour of greatness. But good morning, Pat. I would love it.
But to answer your question that you just said,
yes,
you knew some of it.
Okay.
But in the midst of their argument,
right,
he told her that he had been giving his dad, money on the low, and that's why he didn't tell her, because she knew she wouldn't approve.
Right.
So go ahead.
Right. Not a good thing. Yeah, I definitely, you don't take money out of the household, into someone else's household. And, I'm sure, based on conversations, like, that household needs every bit of everything. Okay. Every bit of everything. So you definitely don't. Yeah, that's not a good look. You at least communicate. I'm doing it. Even if you say, this is what I'm doing, and we fight or argue, well, fight, because we're going to fight about it, but I do it. But at least you're aware of what I'm doing. At least you're aware of what I'm doing. Yeah, I definitely agree. I guess now, father-in-law he got bad spending habits, or is it elderly because he can't do it? He's like, or is it?
Well, since you want a little bit more information,
yeah, I need a little more. What's up, Michael? Good morning, sir.
He is technically disabled, but he still can work. But he's technically disabled.
Okay, so legally he's disabled. So he's getting a check disabled.
He's getting a check.
Okay.
So he has a girlfriend.
That
lives in there with him, and his girlfriend's 4 children, ages 20, 18, 17, 14, also live in this household.
Yeah. So, yeah, he my dad. But you, just like I am a grown man. Yeah. So you're taking on a burden you cannot handle. You need to, and she's in girlfriend status. Yeah, you need to. Yeah.
Not even the wife.
right, Lisa. She said, "Oh Jesus, the plot." Thank you. Listen, oh man, wow,
not even the wife.
Yeah. So my main advice is one, you need to stop. You need to stop. Yeah, it has to stop. I know. I think Pastor didn't agree, but what Steve calls it it's not a borrowing situation. It's a just giving situation, or is it some kind of borrowing?
Just for clarification, it's not specifically addressed as borrow.
Okay.
I need your help.
I got you.
To pay these bills that I've accrued with my girlfriend and her kids.
Right. Yeah. So there has to be. So Steve Harvey has the thing where if there is, and he says it's a constant borrowing. Like, say, Kenny was in a space where he's coming to me constantly for money. Like, hey, I need, because always a need. I need. And Steve Harvey has a thing where, because usually the borrowing, it takes a long time to get my little bit of $100 back and whatever. He has a thing where the last time you borrow, if you don't pay it back, or I pay you, it's just like, all right, here's the $100. Don't worry about paying it back. But this is the last time. He said, I call that the payoff. That's it. Or if you come in, you're like, hey, I can't give you the 100 back this week. I can hit you. Like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Let it. We're done. We're square. But don't come to me about it. And then he said, and this I heard months ago. couple of days ago, he started talking about it as well. He said, so what happens? He said, so say me and you meet up again and we start chatting. He said, I'm going to bring that $100. Hey, you got the $100 you owe me? If you bring up money. Like, so the embarrassment of that will be enough to be like, you know what? I guess I'm not asking anymore, Let's see. Lisa said, I agree. It has to stop. Everybody is grown and needs financial counseling. Yeah, to get themselves in order.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I
Lisa.
think a lot of times it's just it seems to be sometimes there's people single by themselves, but it seems like in a family situation, because it's harder to navigate if you're not good with money and you got a fam. You got more people attached. It's just like, you're overspending. It's like it's always going to be something because you got more people involved that's in the pot. Something's going to break off. But yeah, it would. I agree. It has to stop. That's my opinion. Everybody else want to chime in? If you caught the story, rewind it back. Basically, father-in-law, Kadeem's daughter. Yeah, Kadeem's daughter's husband, father is mooching basically and paying and basically taking, and his father and his sister, his daughter's husband is taking care of a whole nother household, his dad's household with girlfriend and stuff like that. Yeah, it has to stop. It has to stop. Like if he was by himself, I get it. Somebody's like, look, Dad, I can't keep paying for you over there. You're gonna just have to live here. I get it. You're disabled, you can't afford. I get it. We fam. You try to do what you got to do. Just don't disrespect my wife. Don't disrespect my kids. Like stay in your lane. We straight. We'll figure it out. But yeah, the whole crew. Yeah, you have to cut that off. You got to cut that off. That's a lot. That's a lot. But like I said,
I felt that when I was telling her, I was like, your daddy could work part-time. His girlfriend could work full-time. The 20-year-old could work full-time. The 18-year-old can work full-time. 17-year-old can work part-time.
You got a whole grown folks other than the 17-year-old, and he's kind of grown because he can get some money.
He can work part-time. 4 hours a day wouldn't kill him. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So I'm like, it's at least 5 people over there that can work. Now the 14-year-old, I understand.
Right.
Legally, they can't.
I think he
work.
can. Is it
14? Not even a hardship. Legally, they can't work at 14.
Okay, so 15. So
but 15,
he the only one exempt. He exempt.
The only one. Out of 6 people.
I keep the house clean. He keep the house clean. What's up, Keita? Good morning. Good morning. All right. So today.
But anyway, I didn't mean to hijack the first.
Nah, you good. That's good. Listen, I'm trying to break these up into segments anyway, but I know sometimes things get so juicy. It's just like I don't want to stop the conversation. That's why I need a producer to be like, listen, it's time to move on.
Oh, gotcha.
Like I know Steve Harvey struggled probably for years, like I gotta stop. I gotta stop talking. If I got a commercial, got music, so I know because a lot of times you be like, wait, no, it's my show. Let's keep going. I want to finish saying what I'm gonna say. Then we'll cut, but he, the big wig shut him down. All right. So today we're talking about who is influencing us. Yesterday, we kind of ended on, look at that, back on the scene, crispy and clean, Pastor Brian A.
Hey, what's going on, good brother?
Happy, what's today? Thursday?
Oh, man, it looked like you high as Cooter Brown.
Oh, man.
Do a screenshot and send it to him.
I sure was. I ain't got one in a long time. The screen paused for a minute. You're looking high.
I was trying to figure out. Happy birthday, Lady McCrory, Christelle.
Yes. Happy birthday. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Happy birthday.
Morning, family. How's everybody?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
All is well. So what am I doing? So we're talking about who is influencing us. You said Cootie. Didn't you say Cooter Brown?
Higher than.
I did. I heard that name in a long time. I just want to point that out.
I thought I throw that in from the old school.
Old school right there. My grandmother used to say that one. You drunker than Cooter Brown. All right. So shout out. Sorry about Cooter Brown. I don't know who that dude is. He's always gotten a bad rep from.
Hey, he nationwide though. He nationwide.
Nationwide, right? Since the 60s, he's been getting a bad rep. Right. All right. Lisa says, "Happy birthday, Lady Christelle." All right.
Yeah.
So yesterday we talked about music and some of the lyrics, and I know I've mentioned before, and we were talking about off screen, listening to the lyrics now, like some of the joints you used to rock to, and then like having my children listen to it, like, yeah, let's not listen to that. Really paying attention to some of the lyrics. You're like, do I really want you singing that? And it's like but you at the same time, being Black and older, you want your kids to know the culture. It's like, I need these kids to know my culture. I need these kids to know who Big Daddy Kane was. Like, I need them to know. It's like, why? I know, like, why? Like, I know there's somebody watching, like, what does that matter? I don't know. It's just part of our culture. Like, I feel like we got ripped from Africa, thrown into slavery. Like, we don't have a lot of history. Like, we don't have a lot of backstory. So I feel like it just needs to start now. Like, I don't know what happened back then. It started back, our history started 1970. It's what I got. It's all I got. Our tribal music is hip hop. Like that. They absolutely need to know who Big Daddy is. Right. Whatever. She said they absolutely need to know who Big Daddy is.
Yeah.
So like I said, you let them listen to it, try to find the more pop appropriate or the radio versions of stuff. Just, it's like, oh, that's what you listen to, but talking about who is influencing us, right? And back in the day, just listening to certain things, it kind of shaped how you saw the world, or I know it did for me. Going between like KRS-One and Rakim, some of the like Jungle Brothers or Brand Nubian, they always talk about righteousness and the
more righteous teachers.
More righteous teachers, right. They had a respectable mindset or kind of songs, and it kind of put you in a certain space. And pastors always said, you go out of the house, like certain songs to shift your mood. Like you put on a good "Praise Is What I Do," you got your hands up, and then right after that, depending on how your playlist works, "California Love" comes on. You're like, oh, it just changes all of who you are. Can we keep it real? Can we have a real conversation today? I'm just saying, and for me, like, I'm gonna keep it real. When I got saved, and I don't know how you felt, Pastor, when you first got saved. Like for me, I just drastically changed my music because I was like, I need to change my mindset. Like I need to think a little differently in this space of time. So like I didn't throw anything away. I just put it away. Like I was rocking Fred Hammond. "Let the Praise Begin" was probably like my first gospel song. I gravitated towards it. It held. Like I listened to it, that joint on repeat, because I was like, I like this song. Like
really,
yeah. "Let the Praise Begin." Oh, that was my joint. Wow. That was my joint.
Oh, you know what it was for me?
What's that?
Clark Sisters.
Really?
It's Not Living in Vain.
Yeah. See, those what else? Are now probably like traditional, like more churchy kind of. At that time, I couldn't listen to those songs then. Like I love it now, but I couldn't. Like, oh my goodness! If it was a quartet, come on, children. I was like, come on, stop it. So "Let the Praise Begin" was kind of like a mix of pop, with gospel, with the lyrics that were uplifting, and it had me going, So it took me a while to get into some of the traditional stuff, but yeah, that was where I was. But then, after a while, I was like, man, I ain't heard a good Tribe Called Quest in a minute. You find the tape like, oh, let me pop that in. But I was, in a kind of like a better place, after being saved for a while and really, so I say all that to say, I think it is really shaped by what we listen to, shaped by not only music, by news, we probably had the conversations. Your opinions can be shaped if you watch one particular news channel all day long, all the commentators, because everybody falls in line with the same narrative. No one really, it's rare. It happens, but it's rare that someone during the course of the day is going to challenge a particular narrative, even if it's CNN, it's Fox, MSNBC, it's the same. It's just someone speaks the news, someone takes in an opinion, someone has a panel of opinionated people to all coincide with the same narrative, just so by the end of the day, you're like, this is what I believe, So my thing is, what happens when someone, and we were talking about cognizant dissonance. Am I saying that right?
I don't even know what that means.
Dissonance.
Basically, so
both of those.
Basically, if someone introduced new information to you, Kaneem, and like, let's just say it's relevant, it's true, it's fact-based, there's statistics, like I come to your house with a whole daggone presentation about, listen, man, what you've been thinking is wrong. Like, and it's clear. And your wife may be thinking the same thing you're thinking, but she sit there like, oh man, wow. And you're like, I don't care.
So I
still believe what I believe, huh?
Do I need to use both of those words together? Or is it one word means something and another word means something?
It's basically
I Google it. Just take it and I Google it.
But yeah, so basically just you're sticking to what you believe, basically, regardless of what you see. Regardless of
cognitive dissonance.
Yes.
I Google it.
So have you got, that's my question. Have you guys been in a space or a situation where someone presented you with information, especially growing up, I feel this way about like white people, or I feel this way about life in general. And then someone shows you, hey, let me show you something I found out or discovered, or someone showed me, have you gotten information like that and just refused, like, nope. That's what I believe.
I'm off topic, but I did just Google it. And why did I put in cognitive and dissonance come right up behind it? I'm telling you, man, these don't be listening.
No, it's because it's a two-part term. It's a
two-part term.
Right.
But I just put in the cognitive part.
Right. Because it's going to be it's the highest or the most popular search.
Right.
Right.
So people typically put dissonance with cognitive because you think about it from this way. Think about cognitive being your ability to receive information, your mind, your brain, just taking in information. Right. And dissonance being disagreement, right, out of harmony with that information, right? So cognitive dissonance is you have a state of mind, like you believe that you're king, right? Not just in your house, but outside your house. And you've been king in and outside your house for as long as you can remember. Right. And in your mind, you have fact-based data, right, that solidifies your position as king. Right. I come to you wearing a crown.
Right.
You king, but I got the crown. Right? And on my shirt, it says king. And all my royal subjects are surrounding me. So now, right, you have new information, right, that is disruptive to your current understanding or your current belief. Right. But you continue to walk around calling yourself king, even though there's new evidence.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it says.
Dissonance is having a belief and then being presented with new evidence, right, but ignoring the new evidence.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a conflict.
So,
Yeah.
so it says the state of having inconsistent thoughts,
Right.
beliefs, or attitudes, especially as relating to behavioral decisions and attitude change.
Right. But inconsistent thoughts
Right.
to consistent evidence.
Right.
Yeah.
This
I
lesson
got the
was brought to you
cognitive
by.
dissonance now.
This lesson was brought to you by BOL. Today's word is cognitive.
I have been educated once again because I like to put, words that I've never used before in my vocabulary, but I want to use them properly.
Right.
So yeah, I got one. I got one.
Yeah, I do the same thing, bro. Anybody that's not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
See, and listen, this right here. Look, she said, I don't care. This is Sam for my podcast, baby. I don't care about your evidence. I believe what I believe. My belief is all the evidence I need. Right.
All right, Sam. Ain't unicorns and rainbows every day now. Come on now. Can't believe what you can't see. All right.
So yeah, so let me.
I don't even know why she typed that.
So have you guys been in that space or been in that state where new information has been presented and yet you was just like, nope, I believe what I believe. I don't care about the evidence.
I'm gonna let Brian go. Mine. I mean, I had to even figure out what she was talking about with this cognitive dissonance. So I'm gonna let at least he know what he's talking about. I gotta hear what he got.
Okay. Let me turn it a little bit because have growing up, like your mind has your mind been, have you been exposed to other things? Like you thought one thing and been exposed to some new information, and I speak on Kaneem because he always talked about his transition from getting out of the I would just, for lack of a better way of putting, like the hood mentality, to realize that it's a bigger world out there. Like there's so much more out there. What was it? Let me ask that. So what was it that helped you see more to want more? What was it that helped you see more to want more?
I think reverse that, because I believe that seeing more drives wanting more.
Okay.
Not wanting more drives seeing more.
Mm.
Right? Because exposure educates.
Yeah.
Information helps. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, is what the scripture tells us. And so in order for me to think broader, I need more information.
Yeah.
Right.
But have you ever had in the midst of your struggle, like there's gotta be, like when your struggle becomes like consistent, you're just like, oh, you ever just sit there like there's gotta be more than this.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean, like the thinking more or feeling.
But I think that's when you personalize it. There's got to be more than this for me.
Right.
Because there's more. Definitely. Because the world is larger.
Right.
You just wonder if it applies to me.
That's good. Okay, I got what you're saying.
Right.
Like you see the private jet, you just like, yeah, I can't. I don't.
That's not even reachable.
Right. Right. Yeah, I can't see myself getting on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree with that, man. What Brian said about seeing more creates a sense that you want more because you've been seeing something you've never been exposed to.
Right.
Because I know when I went to San Diego for basic training, that was my first time, leaving the Southeast. Wow. Going all the way to California and being by myself, and then getting into fights in the military and coming back through on a bus, and I'm stopping at all these cities on Arizona, New Mexico, and I'm all through there, and then getting back and all the people that I met when I was in San Diego, hooking up with them. I'm 18 and I'm going to Well, I mean, pretty much everywhere. North Carolina, St. Louis,
Right.
Chicago. I mean, you meet people from all over the country. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And you go, I'm going to all these places visiting them. And I
Right.
may have not done that if I wasn't exposed by my trip to San Diego.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now that I have a person I can go and who I connected with,
Right.
I'm going to connect with them in their hometown. You know what I'm saying? And I'm meeting folks from their hometown and building relationships. And then and I'm in Chicago. Oh, hey, I got a cousin in Detroit. Now we driving to Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Seeing
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, you know what I'm
I got
saying?
you.
Oh, my aunt's there in Milwaukee. Now we driving to Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
I mean, that's how I got exposed to a lot of different stuff at a young age. And I used to always brag, like, man, I done seen 25 of the 50 states, and I ain't 25 years old yet.
Right.
You
Gotcha.
know what I'm saying? But that's because I had got out of my own comfort zone and I was exposed to a lot of different people at a very young age. But again, I wasn't scared. I didn't have limits to what I was trying to do. I wanted more. I was brave and didn't have no sense of, constraints about what I could do.
Yeah.
Right. Gotcha.
I think about, when you talk about exposure,
Right.
Dallas Cowboys.
Oh Jesus! How we get this? I mean, come on, man. That don't even parallel or nothing. How you just?
Oh no! Let the brother talk.
He just turned on the light switch. That's Cowboys.
Let the brother talk. Let him
Go
break
ahead,
it
sir.
Somehow we can figure out how to get the Cowboys into the conversation. So watch this.
All right.
Trayvon Diggs is a defensive back for the
I know
Dallas
who he
Cowboys.
is very well.
His brother, Stephon Diggs, is a Pro Bowl wide receiver
Right.
for the Bills.
What's up, Jeff?
Buffalo Bills.
Right.
In college, now Stephon is the older brother. Trayvon is the younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
They went to Alabama. Stephon is a wide receiver, bad. But as a child, as a boy, Trayvon was a wide receiver also. He gets to Alabama, and Coach Saban says, I want you to play defensive back. But Trayvon wanted to play wide receiver.
Right.
He played defensive back, and he's been playing defensive back ever since. Wow. And last year in the NFL, he had more interceptions than anybody.
Right.
Now, he also gave up more yards than anybody, too, but that's beside the point. My point is, he saw football one way.
Right.
And was exposed to another way of playing football. And he may go down in history as a Hall of Fame defensive back. And he's not even playing what he intended on playing because he was exposed to another perspective of the game.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
My wife and I lived in Los Angeles when we first met.
Right.
And we lived in this apartment. It was a 2-unit or 4-unit building. And we were on the top left, probably 800 square feet. We moved to Sacramento and we get a 5-bedroom split level house that's like 3,200 square feet.
Right.
We got this big old house, but we had never lived in a house that big before.
Okay.
Right? We woke up to the realization that in that house, we occupied less than 1,000 square feet.
Right.
And we never touched the other parts of the house unless the children were wreaking havoc on the house.
Right.
But like the master bedroom
space.
had a retreat and we never came out of there. We were still stuck we were living in 1,000 square feet in our mind, but we had 3,200 square feet of house.
Gotcha.
Right?
Right.
That's a form of cognitive dissonance.
Right.
That's what being institutionalized for people coming out of the prison system is.
100%.
Right? You've got a bigger world, but you're still stuck with the old evidence, stuck in your belief that I can only go this far.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
We had to learn to use all that we had available to us. Right.
Sam says, see the cognitive dissonance dispute, the evidence that the Cowboys are trash. Pass the home, keep trying to act like they aren't.
Hey, he sure did throw that in there. He just went straight to the story about the 800 square feet. Right. He had to do nothing about the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, like I was hey, thank you for pointing that out, because I was trying to figure that out. I was like, the 800
dealing with it's the power of influence. Nick Saban, as a coach, had influence on the question is who's influencing us. That's what I see.
Yes, indeed.
Without my glasses.
It ain't the Dallas Cowboys.
Let me tell you, it ain't.
He said, "Look, he got a pass from witness protection for the day."
Yeah, bro. Come on, man. I see coming in with the jokes though. I just got him here.
Already. So listen, we call him E. We don't put his whole name out.
Right. Yeah. We don't listen. We pause it for a minute. I need y'all to do one thing, or maybe two or three. All right. If you're on Facebook, I need you to hit that button at the bottom. It's called share. Hit that share button. Put a nice little title. Say, yo, these dudes are talking some crazy stuff, and send that. And if you're on YouTube, I need you to make sure you like it and subscribe it. All right. Let's continue on. So today we're talking about who is influencing us. I feel like Pastor says if he continuously says Cowboys are great, eventually we'll all come over to the Cowboy side.
No.
I think that's the goal.
That's what Jerry Jones is doing.
That is the subliminal message he keeps putting out there. Great. Cowboys are great. Eventually we'll come over. All right. Welcome, Ephraim. I was about to say I can't even say your whole name. What up, E? Welcome to the show. So today we're talking about, like I said, who is influencing us. We were starting with music and things that are in our ear. And for you guys, it's kind of like shifting, but not really. When it comes to music, do you feel like a lot of your thinking was shaped by music?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
A lot of
my financial decisions were shaped by music. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I bought a pair of Jordans I ain't even like. Yeah, influence. You know, and if you look at a lot of what I've done, you'll see a mixture of
awesome, Jeff. Thanks.
Outkast, Nas,
all right.
And Trick Daddy. You'll just see a big circle of that. Just keep going on, and a lot of what how I thought, what I said, what I did, and that's what made it hard when I got to church. I had done drunk myself with so much hip hop. They had to pull off all kind of layers of thinking. You know what I mean?
Right.
And especially in terms of response. 3000 say that you can't let your lady try you. You know, you the candy apple of her eye, and you can't get bit. So you got to grab her by her neck and throw her on the wall. And tell her never to disrespect you, never, not at all. You know, so but these are the things that creep into your mind.
Right.
And then they turn into your response.
Into your mind.
Big time. And evidence of it is, you know, if I could tell y'all how much DMX and stuff we listened to before, football games and wrestling matches, and like we would listen to that to get ready to go bash each other. You know what I mean?
Right.
Literally, it's in our heads. So, it's some crazy influences in there.
Right.
It's definitely how we think. You know, we grew up on a lot of cash money, a lot of influences, and like I said, some of these people not even from the city. You know what I mean? You think about, you know, but yes, to answer your question.
No, you're good. You're good.
And I'm the same way. I'm the same way as you, man. I mean, like when y'all was talking about Clark sisters and who you said, Hammonds?
Fred.
Yeah. Like I don't know none of their songs. I have no clue. I mean, that's why I didn't speak on it, because I was like, who are they? But like he was saying, I grew up on straight hip hop, and R&B. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like he talking about Trick Daddy, and I think I was about to ask you, when you hear the word or the name Pastor Troy, that got everybody hyped. You know what I'm saying? I mean, football, baseball, basketball. It's like if you hear the House of Pain when they hear
Yeah.
You
There
know
you
what I'm saying? Like,
You just spoke my language. Okay.
I mean,
Real.
I got you. I got
Okay,
you.
now I'm lost in
Okay,
translation.
you got to find his language. You got to find his language.
It's still, and then a lot of that it is. And we were talking about line the other day, and y'all were talking about y'all didn't know Pimp C, and how Kaneem talking about he don't know the Clark sisters, right? But when you step into these things, these people are legendary. You feel what I'm saying? So UGK, get me correct if I'm wrong. I think they've been out since 88, 89, perhaps.
yes.
So like they've been influencing a whole like region for a very long time. And we have it made up the makeup of these things. So and same thing with Clark sisters, right? They famous for all these runs and stuff they're doing. They've been doing it for a long time.
Right.
But they started with just straight harmony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Clark sisters were harmonized. They were the queens of harmony.
Right.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
The runs came later.
And they mama legendary. You see what I'm saying? So like they have all kind of like all this history, but if you're not a part of it, right? It's just another thing. So folk would, I know music, I like all kind of music, but I'm not no big Billy Joel fan. You feel what I'm saying? I know a song or two,
right.
Big Shot. But I'm not. It's not influencing me because I'm not really,
Oh, guys,
I did like Sting and all the notes, the Police. I like all y'all, but anyway, we ain't talking about
Outkast is trash though. Are they really trash? How they?
We're not going there. We're not going. I don't even want to say that.
Somebody said Outkast was trash.
It's trash, man. But what is it? They don't understand it, right? They don't influence. It's not their thing.
Yeah,
so if you in New York, it's cold all year round and buildings and they ain't got cars. You come down here and then we talking about heavy Chevys and Fillmore and
He's been in New York.
They don't understand that it's like a different way, right? So our artists wouldn't influence them.
They got cars.
Yeah. So y'all, y'all Subway. Y'all walk to the Bronx. That's how I see it in my head. I'm pretty sure it goes just like that. The bridge over 40 side buildings, so Queensbridge. So that's what.
Why are we so over the top with our exaggerations?
They got cars. They walk to the Bronx.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, what's so crazy? Like New York is such a huge state. The city is so small in comparison, but it's like the focal point. Like that just always blows my mind. Oh man. So okay, today we're talking about who is influencing us. Who is influencing us? A lot. So let's talk about like your. I think you can be over the top.
Very close.
If you politically, right? Who was your biggest person or thing that influenced you, to see things in a political way, like socially, or what kind of shape, outside of course how you lived. All of us, I'm sure, have grown somewhat in that space where you had one thought, you might have shifted a little bit, where you might have had a hard stance, like what was your political influence? Who was that? Was it your parents, your mom, relative?
A lot of my stuff started off with like activists, you feel me? And led I feel like my full-fledged dive into politics that I'm on it today. Like watch CNN outside the election type on today, right? It was really Obama. But before that, it was it was more activist, even throwback, even Martin Luther King, even like it was more of the activist piece because they always seemed a little bit closer to the community, which I think is why Obama got my attention. I know they clowned him for the whole community activist thing, our community, what they call them, leader, community, whatever.
Right.
But like community organizer.
Right.
But like those are the people who seemed a little bit more real to me, touchable. You know what I mean? Were the activists because they seem to pick up our agenda and our cause. But if it's straight politics, I really didn't jump full-fledged into politics and reading states and understanding, like I do today until like 2008.
I got you.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I mean, that's kind of how I was too, man. Like before, before I got to Georgia, I probably didn't get into politics until I got to Georgia. So my politics may have started 9/11 when they hit 9/11 and
that's when you
this guy
started paying
he
attention.
stand on there with the microphone and
Yeah,
he was telling
That was
everybody
crazy.
that we finna get some revenge.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, Bush, I didn't vote for you, but I feel it in my heart what you're saying. So let me follow you a little closer.
yeah.
Right.
So that's pretty much when I got into it because I was fighting like, what is he gonna do? Like, like I see what they done done.
Yeah.
What? How we gonna get some get back?
right.
Hey, and it didn't take long. You know what I'm saying? We was in our rocks, right? We on our way.
Right.
Next week, wasn't it?
Right.
We on our way. So I kind of got into it, but I think my first vote was in 2000. Yeah, it was 2004 when he came up again.
Yeah.
When he came up again, I voted for actually your boy who was running against him. Oh man, what was it?
Al Gore.
You talking about Gore?
What was it going the second time?
Kerry. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I voted. If he would have been a better speaker, he probably could have won. I mean, he was calm, but Bush had too much of that revenge get back, and they were showing little snippets of him standing on top of,
he made him look like a hero. He was the boy is good, man. He was in the right places, you know.
Yeah. So I mean, but that's first time I voted was 2004, actually.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
So
Morning.
I think but even what he's saying is when you talk about who influences us, I think it's still like region based. You feel me? Like certain people won't appeal to certain people. Like I don't think that's okay. You see all these new groups that have emerged to support a lot of these recent candidates, right? I didn't think Mitt Romney. I don't think he appeals. Okay, and even if we don't make it recent, I don't think Daddy Bush appealed. Like when they had that town hall and Clinton was on there talking to the folk. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I don't know if y'all remember that clip when that lady busted him out and he was like, "You trying to tell me I can't be your president because I don't know how to deal with whatever?" Like he was like dumbfounded. And Clinton came on. I think Bill Clinton. I like to see him versus Obama. I think Clinton know how to. I'm telling y'all, man, for real. That boy was campaigning. Obama campaigned too. He had a lot of people hyped and he got some young people. But Bill Clinton was a politician for real. You know what I mean? So it's like there's people that Clinton. He seemed like a very everyday kind of a close. He understands what I'm. Now I know the gimmicks of stuff. I'm not trying to. I'm talking about what he portrayed, what he put out there, and how he influenced and what he did. He was able to connect with some of that down south. I'm one of y'all, but I'm really on top of this, and I really keep them up north people on their toes. It was like, you know what I mean? So it's and Trump did something similar. He woke up a crowd and was like, "Look, I know you see this suit, this tie. I'm super rich, but I'm gonna clean the swamp. And I'm gonna clean it for y'all." So it's you got to be able to relate, and you can't come at people certain ways that you lose them. So I think on music or politics, I think it's region based.
Gotcha. Pat said, "Hey, good morning." She said it was my grandmother who let us watch the Kennedy and Nixon debate. Sam said Bill in his prime, maybe, but Bill now takes the L. Obama knew how to use the internet. Right. He jumped on before anybody else could. Big time. It said, so Jeff said, if I use his name, y'all block me. I think I know what you're talking about, because if you're talking about back then, my dad used to watch him too. I'm sure that's probably good. But go ahead and put him up. He rhymes with hush.
Rush Limbaugh?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Right. Oh, man, ain't nothing wrong with Rush.
He got issues.
I'm talking about that's who you follow, though. You know what I'm saying?
Because
I mean, Howard Stern. A lot of folks. I used to listen to Howard Stern. You know what I'm saying?
That's not like shock. That's a shock jock.
Yeah.
Rush Limbaugh wasn't?
No, Rush meant everything he said. Howard trying to get them down.
Listen, I'm with you on that, Kaneem. Your face made it. I don't think he believed everything. I think he was a shock jock too.
Come on.
I know he was trying to influence for a reason. He was influencing for a purpose. He had a directive, a mission to change something, to change the political landscape for whatever, his good and for whoever else was supporting him or
But
whatever.
tell me
What's the
this,
difference between Rush Limbaugh and Alex Jones?
He just wasn't as shockish. Not
I
much.
thought
Rush comes up with his own stuff.
Hmm?
I feel like Rush came up with his own stuff. I feel
Alex
was
Jones
being
did
fed.
too. All the lies he was telling.
I think
that's
he
his
came.
own
Alex
stuff.
Jones was
I think
just.
he was being fed them lies and just was dumb enough. Like I feel that same way about Candace Owens too. Like, hey Candace, jump on this topic today. I got you. I think but Rush was in the bathroom like, oh, I'm gonna drop this on her.
Like, so this part of the conversation right here,
Yes,
is the exact reason why the people don't know who my influencers are.
right.
Why?
Because it's not people in those high places. It's people that I can reach. People that
Oh
I can
yeah.
For sure, yeah.
right.
100%.
But I think, you know, Kaneem was talking about, when you talk about, or E was talking about Bill Clinton, like Bill Clinton was very charismatic.
For sure.
Right.
Yes.
And so he drew people in because of the gift of charisma. And Barack Obama, high level of charisma.
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
And you think about Donald Trump, you're talking about, that's not charisma. That's going into the area where you know will get you the response. I mean, like you're feeding their anger.
Right.
You're feeding their, you know, them being fed up. You're feeding something that's going to garner you popularity.
Right.
So I think that when it comes to influence, like Barack Obama, I didn't see him as my influence. I saw him as a healthy candidate, but like he's still a politician.
Right. 100%.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. But your political influence though.
But no, but
it don't got to be Obama. I mean, I'm saying,
no, because like
it's not. To me, it's not the individual. It's not Barack Obama. Like, I appreciate what you said about Barack Obama back in Chicago, right? Because back when he was in Chicago, working on that level, you know, he was out there in the streets, organizing and all that kind of stuff. And if I were in Chicago, that would have probably influenced me.
For sure.
Right. Because he was much closer. I could actually see.
You've seen him like on TV, like just as a little guy, like, you know, right. Yeah. So that's a good point, Pastor. Actually, people I can touch influence me more. Yeah. 100%.
But I think
that's for everybody that's on here right now.
Right.
As far as the people who influence them the most.
Right.
I mean, because you can turn on TV and turn the TV off. You know what I'm saying? But those that impact you daily, that's your true influence. Like my mama, my daddy, my grandma, my uncle, my aunt.
Right.
That's who influence you the most.
Right.
So Kaneem, my point is, don't rob them in this moment.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Like my dad was.
I'm not. I never said that Howard Stern was my influence.
He just crazy.
I didn't say Rush Limbaugh. I didn't say none of them. I'm just saying.
Well, I keep going back to the question: that who is influencing us?
Right.
But he asked politically.
No. I was talking about in your ear. Period. No, I wasn't like it. Didn't have to be like there was a connection point. Like for all of us, you know, there was a connection point. Because like it could have been who talked about Shirley Chisholm. It could have been Biz Markie almost. Like because I found Biz Markie kind of on my own through the radio, and he talked about Shirley Chisholm. I looked her up. I was like, oh, look at Shirley Chisholm. Who's connected to her? And I followed them. You know what I'm saying? And that started mine. But for me, it was my dad because the bigger picture was my dad used to watch Rush Limbaugh. You know, so he was my connection to beginning into politics and just interest and just the looking into it. And the ideology and things of that nature. Mike said Housewives of Atlanta influenced me. Right.
He ain't lying.
Indeed.
He ain't lying.
But yeah, so that's
a shame. It's a shame, but he ain't lying.
Well, I mean, the influence, the question is so, you know, vast. I mean, it don't tell you age, range.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just,
100%.
I'm going to be influencing you yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
But starting out,
as far as we talking, now who had the biggest impact on your life, influencing you to move forward in a certain direction?
Right.
It had to be your immediate family and those closest to you at those molding years. You know what I'm saying? As you get older,
but
in your
who's influencing
20s
you
and
now?
30s.
Who's influencing you now?
I still hear them voices.
Oh, my wife. My
Okay.
wife is influencing me now.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a good answer. That's good.
We'll continue to be influenced the rest of our lives, I assume.
By something.
Yeah, but think about it. Right. Because when I think about, when you think about people like, Barack Obama, Biz Markie, I mean, Barack Obama is not the influence. It's the policy.
Right.
It ain't the individual. 'Cause I don't know him.
Right.
I don't know how his wife really feels.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I have to connect with the messaging, the policies that you're trying to deliver.
Right.
But when it comes to influencing me in my life and what I do and how I act, that ain't Barack Obama.
Right.
I blame AD Walker for the broad question.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you started out talking about musical influence.
We did.
So who influences you in music? Who influences you in your spiritual life? Who influences you in your relationships?
But it's all a combination. It's all a combination.
I think we went around the carousel now.
But the thing is, it's all a combination of how you think and what you listen to, right?
Right.
If E was stuck on Trick Daddy, like Trick Daddy was the gospel. Some of the lyrics from Outkast was the gospel. You know what I'm saying? Like, then who he is would be a lot different. So I started with music, but it's all about it's the corner. He pissed the pastor off. Oh yeah. It wouldn't be a week if I didn't get on their skin a little bit. He's right. There you go, Samson. Don't gang up on my husband. Got my back. That's right. But it's all a full game of what you listen to. Because at the same time, you're right. My dad and Rush Limbaugh, but I'm hearing KRS-One. I'm hearing EPMD and I'm hearing Public Enemy.
Yeah.
What are you saying to your dad?
You said, what am I saying? We never really got deep into it. Like we never got, I missed out on those conversations. It was, my dad old, he don't know. He don't know. Yeah. But but it did a lot of what he said influenced me. Like the music, but it was the touching. Remember those, I can't touch Public Enemy. I hear you, that's over there. Even I hear you, but that's over there. What's happening around here? What's happening in this space? My dad, he's here. Oh, okay, this is my neighborhood. So this is more reality. You understand what I'm saying?
A lot of what we're getting at too is about influence and like lasting effective influence. Like I said, we would listen to certain music before the game. We're looking for an immediate, you know what I mean? Like I haven't been a part of a drive-by, but what I've been told was that they listening to some music before they go do what they're gonna do. Like they're hyping themselves up, right? So there's what do people drink when you drunk, you're under the influence, right?
Right.
So that's a current at the moment situation. So we have some short-term things that we do, that we listen to, that we're a part of, that influence us to do do whatever it is we're trying to do, right? But it's a broad question, but there's a lot of influences in a lot of different areas. It just has to be careful about who you letting influence you.
Right.
And for me, it's the stuff. That's what I was saying with the music. It was some stuff that I was signing off on that was sneaking into my behavior, my thought pattern, my process that I didn't know. You feel me? For me, it's the stuff that's happening unaware. That's kind of the real issue that you got to check.
And a lot of that, E, because I'm piggybacking on you, brother, because I my whole thing was this will go back a little bit. I was on cassette tapes. You might have came in on CDs.
Okay.
I
had that bust around on cassette.
Okay. So I'm just saying, like, I could listen to music by myself. I ain't have my homeboy, my mama, because that music was in my ear constantly. And I'm learning the words. I can recite the words.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I hear a beat come on, I can say the whole lyrics all the way through.
Yeah.
And it kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It resonated with you. It was on your shoulders. It was in your back. It was in your chest. It was in your arm. I mean, it was just everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of like, you broadcasting what you're hearing, and it wasn't gospel for me. Right. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm listening to Public Enemy, if I'm listening to NWA, if I'm listening, broadcasting that because I want to be that. I want to live up to that. I want to be better. I want to be the best. Whatever I heard.
Right. That's real right there. That's real.
I got a homeboy who, and you said it wasn't gospel, but to these folk it was. I got some people that the only prayer they heard was DMX, track number 18. You feel me? He prayed for 4 straight albums. You feel what I'm saying? And like, and I had another. I don't know if y'all know. Well, there's an album called "I'm Serious," right? It's what we would deem a hood classic in the South. Excuse me, you Northerners. Yeah. Thank you, sir. So in the South, they had a song.
Hold on. What he's not going to keep doing is disrespecting the North. It's like, oh, don't worry. I'll educate y'all later. I'm just going to point that out.
You just going to cut him off? Oh, wow.
I'm just going to cut him off like that. All right. Continue your story.
He's trying to do the
I rock with the North. Y'all the ones that disrespect us. Y'all man, we snatch the crown. But I know about y'all. I get down with y'all in law deep and all that, right? All right. But it's a song called "Still Ain't Forgave Myself," where he goes off into this rant onto all these people he apologized for, who would have lived even there, what uncle should have did, whatever. He talks about all these influences, right? I got a homeboy. I won't say his name because he listens to the show. That boy cried.
Oh wow!
Off a T.I. song. But that's what I'm saying about letting stuff get in and not to make it deep, but I'm saying stuff got spirits connected to it sometimes. And there was something that touched that boy.
Right.
Now you got folk crying in church and you got somebody down in North Decatur crying off a T.I. song. Right. So there's a connection, and we're spirit beings, we're letting stuff in. And you know, and not to say that's a bad song, I'm just saying we got to be careful because we can't connect. Because I guess the emotion maybe, or the things, if you heard the song, you know what it's about. So something connected with him, and bro was in the room crying.
Right.
It's the influences are everywhere. And music is extremely powerful.
Yeah,
I can hear a song. Benny Siegel, Jay-Z had that Once Again His Own. I played that the whole summer when I was trying to get me some money for a car. So if I hear that, it takes me back to the summer. Right. You know what I'm saying? I got albums that take me back to first grade, a song that go with This Kiss, a song that was a ringtone for a girl I ain't like. I got music is crazy how I can take you.
It does take you back. It does.
Yeah. All right. When you hear the first line, when I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall.
Right.
I mean,
come on
now.
Yeah.
Right.
We didn't take it all somewhere else.
Right. Get my girlfriend.
Yeah. Also had everybody getting back together when he came out with Confessions. You see what I'm saying? So it's out there.
All right. So listen, we appreciate you guys for rocking and hanging with us. And hopefully the message is make sure you have someone that's of a positive nature, listening. And, I think for me, like it's, of course, my wife can be one of my biggest influences because we're in the house the most and she can sell it, all day. If you want to, and I always think like if you want to change, a man's mind, or if you need a man to change a woman's mind, you got to get to the husband or the wife because they're in there all day. Like, come on. I know you, man. I know you don't want to hear them all, but just listen to me. If you hook up with Pastor, like if you connect with him, it's like all day. Like, all right, I'll give him a shot.
Hey, you have been influenced.
Nice.
I just like Beach Boys too.
Nice. You're right. He said there's a difference
in
relating and influencing. Yeah.
Yes. California Dreaming is Beach Boys.
Relating and influence. Wow, that's good. Proverbs. Is that Proverbs 9 and 9?
What is it?
What is it? Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be still wiser.
Yep. Teach a just man, and he will give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser.
What's the second part?
Teach a just man, and he will
teach a just man, and he will grow. He will increase.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But that just is translated righteous.
Right.
A righteous man.
Right.
I'm just looking at Michael McNair, who talked about relating and influencing.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
because you can give me instruction, and I can be enlightened on that particular task. But as a righteous man, you know that the influence of a righteous man causes him to grow, increase.
Right. Indeed.
You smart for the sake of being smart.
Indeed. He said, notice how he said it. He said, could be, not is. I guess talk about there is a difference. Indeed. All right. So we appreciate you guys for being here, rocking with us. Another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. Hopefully we are a positive influence in your life. We're changing some things in your world, even hit you with some new words.
Yes. Cognitive dissonance.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, don't be surprised when I pull that up and
whip it out on you.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all go check out them albums too, man. Get caught up, man. Listen to that Clark Sisters debut album. Go get that super tight. I'm serious. You know, y'all get caught up on that music.
That's homework for tomorrow.
I was brought up on the Carpenters.
Okay.
Bing, Crosby.
Okay.
Okay.
The Whispers.
Wow.
Yeah. Got some heat.
Slave.
Yeah.
I only know about 2 songs from Slave.
Slave. Hey, don't sleep on Slave now.
The 2 I know pretty good. And I probably know some more. I just don't know it's them.
Right.
Yeah.
I've heard, I've had a lot of that.
Yeah.
You ever heard, I've heard like
Barbra Streisand.
No.
That Guilty album from Barbra Streisand and that other dude, that long mullet, that's a good album.
Okay.
I can't say. Yeah, 4 Tops. Yeah.
The OJs.
My auntie brought me up on y'all heard Johnny Taylor.
Who? Oh yeah, Johnny.
Who making love to your old lady while you out making love?
Johnny Taylor. That was
Spades, pineapple juice, Bacardi. That's all I hear when I hear that kind of music.
Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
Yes, sir.
I got taking it back.
Shout out to people. Yeah.
James Cleveland. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Don't. Well, okay. I don't know any of his songs, but I know the name.
You know, right.
Y'all don't remember Bessie Smith. My name is Bessie Smith. When I talk, you listen. When I sing, you clap. Bessie Smith.
Roberta.
Okay, Bessie.
Roberta Martin. Yeah, I don't know about them throwbacks.
Roberta Flack.
I know Flack. I don't know Mark.
See,
Rosetta Thorpe.
Chris Christoph. Man, you just butchered his name, Jeff.
Who was that?
Whose name is that? Hold on.
His name is with K's, not C's.
Oh yeah.
Who was that? Who are you supposed to be?
I don't even know that.
The guy who sang with Barbra Streisand.
That's the dude with the mullet. Oh, okay, yeah.
That album. He had a mullet, but I know he had.
They all got mullets.
If he on that album, that Guilty album, he did his job.
Mom. Is my mom still on there? What was that album? That song that Barbra Streisand did with Chris Christopherson. They did. There was a movie they did to the soundtrack to this movie that Barbra Streisand did back in.
That Barbara 9 to 5.
No,
that's Dolly
Parton. That's Dolly Parton. That's
my fault, Dolly.
Hey, the Bee Gees. Did y'all like the Bee Gees?
Yeah,
I used to love the Bee Gees.
I know some of their songs. He said I tried to spell it 47 times.
The Bee Gees.
We're gonna roll out of here. We having old man moments. All right. We look forward to you guys.
Y'all talking about cassette tapes and CDs. I'm going back to 8 tracks.
Oh well, yeah.
Nope, can't relate.
Nah, you I mean, I seen them.
I've seen them.
They existed.
We had 8 tracks in the car.
Right.
Yeah, 8 tracks in the car.
I think my mama had the Commodores on the 8 track.
You found it, right? Like, oh, look at that. What is this? Like a cartridge. All right. All right, there you go. Boys to men. That works. All right, so we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, same time, same channel. Oh, wait, what's today? Thursday. No, we won't be. I have to have a death in the family, so we have to we're gonna be leaving earlier. We had to change some things. So you guys pray for us. We look forward to seeing you guys next week, same time, same channel.
We're going to pray now. Father God, in the name of Jesus, we thank and praise you for your loving kindness, your tender mercies. Lord God, during this season of bereavement, we still recognize you as the God of everything. You're the God of peace. You're the God of joy. You're the God of recovery. You're the God that heals all wounds. So in the midst of this season, where this family has to go and lay one to rest, Lord, we ask that you would come into the space. We first of all ask that you would give them traveling grace as they make their way across the highways and byways, oh God. And we ask that you bless this opportunity for them to love on one another, to encourage one another, and come together as family in the name of Jesus and bring them back safe and sound. But most of all, Lord God, we ask you receive this loved one into your spirit, into your space. I pray over her salvation. I pray, Lord God, that everything or every part of this exercise, this project, this experience will be met with praise and glory and honor of recognizing just how great you are.
Yes,
we give you honor and praise in Jesus' name. Thank God.
Thank God.
Amen.
Amen.
Your new title is the People's Pastor.
The People's Pastor. That's your new title.
People's Pastor. That's your new title.
People's Pastor. Receive it.
Let's take it. Let's run with it.
All right. We see you guys on Monday. Continue to be safe. 988 mental health crisis. Make sure you dial it. All right. Take care. Peace out.